Dr. Karen Cumberbatch is the 2014 recipient of the UWI Guardian Group Premium Teaching Award. Dr. Cumberbatch is a lecturer in the Department of Language, Linguistics and Philosophy, Faculty of Humanities and Education at the University of the West Indies Mona campus. She is the first person from her faculty to win this award. She has special responsibility for the delivery of the Caribbean Sign Language Interpreting Program and has taught at Mona for over 13 years. She has fond memories of her childhood in her native Trinidad and Tobago and excellent teachers, including her father, who influenced her teaching philosophy.
I grew up in a pastor's home, pastor's child. I was born in Cascade, but we lived way over Tacriba. That's where I grew up most of my life. My father had this thing about education is not about passing, it's about character building. When Dad talks about education and character building, it's also tied into learning how to function in this world and really be a meaningful contributor to society.
With exclusivity, you are excluding the person that you are addressing. You are excluding the other participants in the conversation. Whereas with inclusivity, you are including the other participants in the conversation. So you know.
She is passionate about the subject she teaches.
Left-handed people go backward.
I believe in being a professional student, meaning lifelong learning. You don't stop. And I strongly believe, I always tell my students that informal education is far more valuable than they think. You need to self-educate, you need to read widely, because then when you come into the classroom, you have a wider base of knowledge to which you can apply what you're actually formally taught in the classroom. And I believe that once my students can connect with me and see, oh, this is how this applies to the real world, this is what the theory really means, then they can become better people.
Dr. Cumberbatch is a very great lecturer. She's always very well prepared for her classes. She's very organized, and through fun activities and games that she gives us in class, we're able to grasp the content of the sign language course.
I can only count maybe on one hand the amount of teachers who are that interactive in her classroom. She's just very informal and allows for a discussion really, compared to at least in the Faculty of Medicine, where it's more, they just give you the material, they sort of spoon feed you. She sort of forces you to think.
I try to accommodate varying learning styles, because while I am a person who can learn from just sitting and staring and taking notes, I know that the rest of my class can't do that. So I try to ensure that I accommodate the student who just likes to take copious notes, but at the same time I involve the student who is a kinetic learner or a visual learner, so that everybody can say, okay, I got it.
You can tell by how she teaches that she really has a passion for what she's doing, because with our sign language courses, it's very, very intricate. You can see the detail she puts into it with courses like Deaf Language and Culture, where our assignments are very practical. We actually have to go into the deaf community and socialize with the deaf.
Her presentation style is not the normal where she lectures. It's always discussion type thing and demonstrations. She uses a lot of activities to keep us very interested in what is happening.
Similar views are shared by her colleagues.
I nominated Dr. Karen Cumberbatch for this award because of the amazing job she has done with the Caribbean Sign Language program. She has had responsibility for teaching the program, but she has gone way beyond just teaching the program. She has also developed instructional materials for her courses. Most recently, she developed a course for students in medical sciences and dentistry. And she developed the video material that allows students to actually see and learn how to use sign language in medical and dental procedures.
I truly believe that she has embraced the educational technology available to her in a manner that I have not seen any other teacher on this campus embrace. So in her classrooms, you don't go to read and write, you go to interact with the technology, and she has many, many varied classroom assessments where the students are doing a lot of work, but they feel that they're not doing work because it is so interactive and playful. So these are the reasons why I think that She is duly deserving of this award. She's flexible, creative, a strict disciplinarian, and a very good teacher.
I have my first memory of being taught as a kindergartner. I remember sitting with Granny Street, that's what we all called her. And she looked at me and she scolded me for getting something wrong, and I was so frightened. And then when I got it right the second time, she said, you see, I knew you could do it, you just had to try harder. And that put me into the behaviorist model of teaching. I need to make my students relax. Still set boundaries. Some of them say I supposedly mother them because I scold them sometimes. I tell them stop slouching or sit. But at the same time, they feel relaxed, and when you relax, you learn. And that, to me, that's very, very important.
Dr. Karen Cumberbatch, the 2014 recipient of the UWI Guardian Group Premium Teaching Award.